Airstream song, cruising to the campsite singing our song. Airstream song, we are the Airstream nerds.
This is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. Getting ready to head out of town this weekend to camp, and I finally decided to break down and buy a little grill for the camper. We've been using charcoal, and we've been using the campground grills, and we've been lucky for a long time, but recently we've been to a couple of places that didn't have a grill, and I'm trying to cook charcoal on the fire and then figure out a way to get the things to sit on the fire. And we have this little stake in the ground, little tray thing that goes over the fire pit that you hammer the stakes into the ground, but that's really dirty, and it's real tough to deal with. So I picked up one of these. Also got a cover for it, and we just got back from Lowe's where I was able to find a nice little plastic bin that fits it almost perfectly. So I'm going to unwrap this thing tomorrow at the campsite, and we'll take a look at it, and I'll show you the functions and the features and the storage container we got for it and everything. So as I said, we used the grill this weekend. Man, I really like it. It's got a push button sparker. The the pan's good enough. I had 4 chicken breasts on here with plenty of room left. You've got the control knob here. You got the connection and the regulator. Just using a little screw-on bottles of propane for now. Once I run out of them, I already had them from an old grill, I'm going to pull this off and I'm going to do a direct connection down here underneath the there it is. Just plug it in right there. Now I'm going to have to take this in, clean it between trips, but it's small, it's light, and I bought the cover for it just to kind of keep it. There's no latch that holds the thing, so just keep that from bouncing around. Went to Lowe's the other night, found some extra trays, although what I did do, the grease tray slides out from the side. We wrapped the one that came with it in tin foil. That way we could just ball the tin foil up and throw the grease away. But I wanted a container to put it in just for making transportation easier. Went to Lowe's. I found this container. Now the issue with the container is finding the right dimensions. Now this grill fits in here. As you see, there's a slight bump. The cool thing about this storage container is normally you would put it this way, but you can also, because of the construction, you can put it on this way. And if you're real anal, you could wire tie or clamp or something, because it's just a pass-through. And it's perfect. I had it in the back of the truck, had chairs on top of the crate. At this point, I really like this grill. Glad we bought it. So I got our Weber Q1000. And I'm going to retrofit this so we can connect it to the LP port on the front of our Airstream. Now, I ordered a 12-foot male-female LP hose. Make sure that whatever you get to use your LP gas in, that it does say it's a gas hose. I bought that, so we're going to take this regulator off. We're going to put this connector on, which is going to screw into the fitting that's left when I take the regulator off. giving me a male quick connect on the grill. Then on the regulator, I'm going to attach a female quick connect so I can snap the regulator back on there. And that's going to give me, or I could also use this 12-foot hose. I can connect a 1-pound can back to the regulator, but then I also bought this hose, which will allow me to screw this in to where the 1-pound regulator is, and this in on my 20-pound can. So essentially I can redo this and I'll be able to use it with the low pressure port on my Airstream, a little 1-pound high pressure can you buy Walmart off the shelf, wherever, probably sell at a lot of campgrounds too, and I'll be able to use this. Not necessarily camping, we go to the beach or we're not actually camping. I can take the 20-pound can or even take the 20-pound can with me camping if we run out of our propane tanks or whatever. I'll still be able to grill up some burgers or steaks or whatever. Anyway, first part is pretty simple. You pull that off. You have to unscrew this. The plastic part comes out. There's a couple of screws back here. Can't really see them yet. Let me go ahead and take this apart and I'll show you where the pieces and parts are. Now if you look down in here, you can see the screws. One's right here, one's right there. Take those screws off and the plastic piece comes off. Now those two screws, once you take them off, the whole assembly goes off. This side merely sits in a slot over here. So you don't have to take anything on that side out. So what we're going to do now, I've already loosened the screw where the knob goes. We're taking that off. We're going to take these two screws off because we don't need this bracket anymore. We're just going to put it in the attic or wherever. And then we're going to unscrew this part right here. Okay, so now it's all back together. Just reverse what you did. You put the two screws back in over here. Now I got my connector. I can hook this hose up to it, hook this up to the camper, turn it on, light it like you normally would, you'd be good to go. And like I said, I've made the regulator so I can use the 1-pound cans and the 20-pound cans. I can either hook this on directly and then screw this piece to it. I mean, it's the same connector as the 1-pound cans, and then this would screw to the 20-pound can. I think this is the best of both worlds. I was concerned once I did this that I'd no longer have the capability of using the little cans, but when I called the company, MB Sturgis, there's their information. They were really helpful. I told them what I was trying to do. I told them the grill that I had. These are the parts and the part numbers that they sold me. Job numbers there in case you need a reference. Just order one of each. I think the total was like $100, $105 plus shipping. There was like $120, something like that. Total for the 3 hoses and everything. A little expensive, I guess, but I didn't want to have to make my own and go through all that issue going local. And it was easier to just call them. Got it here in a couple days and it was good to go. I think the only thing that I'm going to do, based on just looking at this hanging here, I mean it's strong, it's screwed in there, but I think it would be easier just to get a short hose so the regulator can sit on the table. Should I have a 1-pound can attached, I could set it behind or just set it there instead of having it actually supported by this connector. So I'm going to go on Amazon this time, see if I can find a LP 3-foot hose, something like that, 2-foot hose with a male and a female in, quick connect in. If not, I'll give those guys a call back. They can make me a custom one just like that for a few dollars, and it'll just be better. This is 12 foot, so we can get it away from the front of the camper where the plug-in for the Airstream is. This one's 6 foot long because I figured we'd be sitting it on a table and the can could sit right on the ground beside the table. So this is plenty long for a 20-pound can. But I never really thought about the 1-pound can and how this thing actually supported the weight of the 1-pound can, which is why it was braced with those 2 screws. Anyway, this is Jeff, Airstream Nerds. Next up, I've got to leak check it, and otherwise I'm good to go. Any questions, please comment below and subscribe. So last thing I need to do is check for gas leaks. I got one connection I made on the old regulator, and of course the fitting, the replacement fitting. I've connected my hoses up to this 20-pound can. I know you can make a solution out of dishwashing soap and water. I didn't have a little spray bottle handy, and I was ordering some other stuff anyway. So I just bought some Camco gas leak detector. Really all it is red soapy liquid. So to use the stuff, you turn on the gas, you spray it on your joint, and you look for bubbles. Looks like this joint is good. Now let's look up in this joint. Sorry for the camera work. I do not see anything bubbling up. So I believe we're in good shape. So open up the grill. I can turn it on to light. Click the deal, and we have flame. Cook up some burgers or what have you. Works just like it did before I put any of this hardware on. I much prefer this over hanging a 1-pound can off of here. I like the additional benefits of the hoses. I'm gonna love being able to hook it up to the camper. Just a matter of disconnecting and putting them in. I've got a like a zip up vinyl bag. Throw all the hoses in the box with the grill, and we're all set for any type of connection I need. This is Jeff, Airstream Nerds out.